In the last two videos, we looked at ways to animate the location of shapes using integer variables. This video is going to look at another way we could animate in our programs. So I have my setup method containing just that size function. I have my draw method containing my background, so it's going to redraw the background every time draw loops through. And I'm going to start by adding a square. So I'm going to say fill, and I'm going to say 255 for red. So lots of red, no green, no blue. So that's red. And then I'm going to use the rect function. I want my square to be kind of on the left side of this screen. So I'm going to say 50 pixels on the x-axis, 200 pixels down on the right. And I'm going to make, if it's a square, I'm going to make 50 and 50 the same. So here is my square. Now instead of moving the whole square, I'm going to create a variable and make an algebraic equation to make the square just get wider the whole time. So for a name for my integer variable, I don't want to use x or y because I'm no longer talking about the x and y location of the shape. I'm thinking about the width. So there's a couple good possibilities. The width itself is a built-in variable, so you can't use that whole word width if you want to, if you're thinking about using something like that, but w would be a good choice. So that's variable for width of rectangle. And then down here, if I'm looking for the width for this rectangle, the first parameter is the x location, second parameter is the y location, the third one is the width, so that's where I'm substituting in w. And then finally, I need to make sure I initialize that. So that I want to start with that square size, so I'm going to say w equals 50, that's what I had. It's the starting value. Again, that's called initializing a variable. And then here I'm going to write my equation, and if I want it to get wider, I'm going to say w equals w plus, let's say 2. Now when I play, the rectangle will get wider. Something to note, if I wanted the rectangle to get narrower, there is no such thing as a negative width. So if you end up getting a width of a shape that is negative, it's going to use the absolute value. And the way that's going to play out is this. So if I'm going to say w equals w minus 2, so the width is actually decreasing, it's going to happen pretty quickly. So I'll play that again. Gets narrower, but as soon as the width is nothing, it's going to start increasing in the other direction for a width. The other direction, but it is the absolute value. And it disappears off the screen, but it is theoretically still getting wider forever.